sounds like that only dropped off at my end, and you were all still hearing everything. So if you're just catching up on this one, then I apologize for that. It said it grayed out. It said not connected to YouTube. I was getting no comments through. I couldn't do anything, and then it all just went bad. So we'll give it a couple of minutes just to make sure everything's ticking along okay, and then we'll get back into the swing of things. Teething problems. Yeah, so Jade said it was still working on YouTube. So yeah, it was obviously going out there, but it was telling me it wasn't going out there. So go figure. Hello, welcome back, Fallen. Hello, Amaracia. So you did hear all of QB the Penguin's tune, which is good, and it was all working. So live and learn. Yes, you could still see me. Yes, I am back. You could still see and hear you. We will continue. We'll continue on here anyway in this new stream. So let me know, has this created a new stream, a brand new video here that you've made it back to? Then let me know. I'll just need to go and make a few adjustments here. I'll come over into my live dashboard because I just need to put a few things. Yeah, it was working. YouTube has been a liar today. Earlier it kept insisting that it wasn't working when it was. Yeah, so it might have just been a little bit of an issue there, but that's okay. We are back on here. Yeah, so here's part 2. I'm just going to add in a few details to this part 2 version. Just need to come in here and update some details, and then we'll be back underway. Yeah, saying restream doesn't seem reliable. It's not super reliable at this stage. But again, could be user error, could be what I'm doing. But I found things a little easier. Hello to Johannes. Good to have you here, my friend. It's just been completing an album that I did a little bit of help with, so that was cool. We've got people talking Slipknot. It's got all going on here in this one. So yeah, I'm just going to fix up. You'll just have to bear with me for one moment while I just complete a few little bits of back-end stuff to get this stream matching the other stream so I can start updating. But there you go. We've got a part 2. Everything's fixable. Like there's no problems. Everything can be confirmed and can be fixed. I just need to save in so I can start adding in the rest of the tracks, and let's add in a thumbnail as well. So folks looking for this, we'll add in our, you're seeing a bit of inside baseball. We'll add in my tags, and then we'll add in a quick thumbnail, and then we'll be back. There you go. We've still got another hour in us, and as long as things work okay. I should have shown more patience, and I should have shown more trust and faith in things, and just kept plowing on through. But because we just played QB's tune and I couldn't see anyone's comments, I'm like, well, what can I do with this? I don't know. So but that's all right. Everything is a learning experience, as I always say. There's no good, bad, success, fail. There's just experience, and as long as you take every experience and then learn from it, then you're golden. So what I've learned is I either need to do a bit more study and research into Restream before I continue using it, or I need to replace it. So either way, I'm learning. We're getting there, so it's all good. All right, I think that's saved in the new version. I've put part 2 in front of it, so hopefully all the folks that are interested in watching the show are able to re-find the stream and jump on back in. Why don't I kick in, while I finish my work there, why don't I kick in with, change the save, why don't I kick in with the next tune? And now, because I don't, Stu and Andy, if you're still here, gents, I hope you are, because I know it's getting pretty late over there in the UK. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bump you up to now, so that you can listen to your tune, because Stu and Andy have shared the 9th track from their Indigo Sunsets album. One more to go, then it's release time. Woohoo! This is called Filthy Soul, probably our most simplistic song to date. And this is from Stu and Andy, the Indigo Sunsets. And Stu is indeed here in the chat, so that is good. You can finally get some sleep, mate. We'll play this one here. And Andy is still here as well. Excellent. Great stuff, gents. So no pressure, guys, but every Indigo Sunsets tune that we've played on the show so far has been awesome. So expectations are super high for you on this one. Like no pressure, but this better just rock like hardcore. Otherwise, we'll all be super disappointed. No, not really. I already like the cover. I'll show you this in a sec once I find back to here. Once I find my spot. See, oh, I haven't shared my screen. I'm like, where's my screen? That's right, it's a new stream. I haven't done it. Boom, there we go. Filthy Soul. Oh, look, it's already playing for starters, and it's already got a bunch of love here on the YouTubes. So why don't we turn up the volume? I'll finish doing my back-end admin work to get this stream happening, and we will hit play. This is the Indigo Sunsets with Filthy Soul here on Your Music Live. There you go. The Indigo Sunsets with Filthy Soul. Yes, Thomas Cryer says, this is great, Stu and Andy. Pretty sure I heard this a few days ago on Create, Record, Release. Excellent work as always. The plotting tempo is awesome, isn't it? Doom, doom, ba-doom, doom, 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 doom. Yeah, very, very nicely done. Yes, do indeed subscribe to them on the YouTubes because you won't be disappointed. They're just pumping out so much good music. If there's one good thing about this this current situation we find ourselves in the world, it's that folks like Andy and Stu have got a lot of time to create some very cool songs. So yes, very nicely done. Great track, lads, indeed. Fade my solo. Oh, I'm sorry, Andy. I know. See, the problem is, I think I've done this to you a few times. That yeah, the solo. It hits that point where the solo comes in. It's usually around about that 1.5 minute mark, which is about how much I play. So, but as I say every time, it just gives you more motivation to go and listen to the full version of the track, so that you can catch Andy's epic guitar solo in there. So, yes, thanks to you, Stu. I love that. Yes, R.I.P. half of your solo, Andy. Exactly. I don't think he likes solo. No, I don't like guitars, solos or soloists. Yep, I'm an absolute solo snob. No, I actually like solos as long as there's no shredding involved. As long as my buddy Mike, I've mentioned him twice on this show now, but he's also a shredding anti-fan. Like the idea of the just, people pick up a guitar and they're just like, they'll play a riff that no one would ever play in a song. They'll be like, oh, let's try out this guitar. I'm like, what part of what song is that riff ever going to be played? A good solid guitar solo shouldn't be... I'm choking on my own rage here. Anyway. One moment. Oh, that was pleasant. Thank you. Thanks so much for that. Yes. Jade says I'm not a fan of solos only because I'm a crap at them. Proud of that note. Yeah, that first note of the solo is always the best one. 100%. Oh, man. All right. We're going to continue on. So I've learned a few things here today. I've learned that I need to learn about Restream a bit more. And what I've realized now is that where I thought it grayed out meant that it had stopped. It just means that the chat is not linked. So I'll know that for next time. Again, everything's an experience. It's a learning experience. I'll know for next time that if that same thing happens, I don't need to freak out. I just need to relax into it and get it done. Righty dokie, Steve Coxson, I think I've seen you here in the chat, my friend. If you're still around, I think you're in the UK too. Yes, 40 miles north of London, on a quest to become Central Bedfordshire's greatest living 49-year-old pop superstar. Excellent. I love it. This is my song, Come to Me. It's about a new relationship and waiting for that someone to arrive and wondering if they're as keen to see you. It started as a slow song, but sounded a bit whiny and desperate, just like me. So I sped up and gave it a dancey feel, and now it has more of an impatient edge to it. The video also uses everyone's favourite non-copyrighted club and festival images. If you don't mind playing the song from around 57 seconds to 2:30, I would love you forever. Well, I can't deny that request now, can I? So we will copy this one. I will bring it over here and find the 57-second mark. See, that's what you need to do, Andy. Next time you and Stu submit a song, just say, if you could just play this from the 1 minute and 12-second mark, I mean, it may or may not be when my solo comes in, then that'd be just dandy, and then I can do that. Anyway, let's see if this is going to work here. Where's my thing? I'll put that one on. It's already playing. Stop it. All right, we'll do this one. We'll turn up the volume. Here he is. Here is Steve Coxson with "Come to Me," and you're going to hear it live on your Music Live.
Hurry up, what's keeping you? Don't keep me waiting, I'm missing you. Staring down the road looking for your sweet light, lonely Romeo underneath the streetlights. Come to me, no run to me, satisfy this need in me. Right here, right now, it's still too long. Take giant leaps like Neil Armstrong. So tired of waiting, please be here soon. Hating my heart beats till your arms hold me tight. Seconds taking hours when you're not by my side. Come to me, no run to me, satisfy this need in me. Right here, right now, it's still too long. Take giant leaps like Neil Armstrong.
Very cool, Steve. Nicely done. Did like the stock club footage there. Definitely going to take the pop charts by storm. I am just sure of it. Very, very nice done. My head is bobbing, as is mine. So that is cool. There you go. That is Steve Coxson with his tune "Come to Me." Italians that like it, fun and upbeat. So yeah, well done. I like that. So again, I get a bit caught up in the song and I forget to listen and actually provide proper critique but that's usually a good sign. If I've got a bunch of stuff to say and I've got some ideas for you, then that's a good thing. But I really like that the rhythm and the beat and the synth sounds and your vocals, the call response vocal bits that you had in it. Sorry, the video's still playing over here and it's super distracting because it's like a raves going on that screen. Yeah, so I like the call response vocals. The tones were good. It was simple but had enough interest going on there to sort of kick the song along. So yeah, I really, really like it. So vocals are pitch spotless post-production. Yeah, be interested to learn a little bit more, Steve, about how you created this song and the production behind it. But yeah, great voice, very cool, very, very nicely done. I mean, I can hear what you mean. I like that you made it a poppy song. I like that you didn't keep it sort of whiny, as you put it, because yeah, that could easily be a little bit of a downer. But I think adding in that pop vibe really worked well. And SM Borthwick said vocals were just right on. Fun tune. Absolutely. Love it a lot. For folks who are asking how to submit a tune, Jade Star has popped it in there. It won't show the whole comment, which is another thing I need to get used to with Restream. If you'd like to have your song played in the future show, just email me, pete@studiolivetoday.com with YML in the subject, and send the track or a link. Links are preferred, and at least 1 or 2 sentences about the song. One of these days I will do just like a live one where folks can just submit as we go, and I roll the dice and play whatever's there. But the fairest way that I can see to do it is to do, and you might be saying, Pete, that's just a marketing ploy. You just want people to come back next week and the week after till they hear their song. Not really. I just don't have enough time to play everyone's song, and I probably can't play everyone's song today, because if you're sending me them now, I've already got the playlist completely full for today's show. So full disclosure on that one. But yeah, thank you to Steve, and thank you to everyone who has submitted your songs. Where are we? Here we are. We're somewhere cool. I've got 2 versions of this, don't I? So let's just put that one away. We'll just delete that one, because our man Gary Hubbs from Canada is here, and I am breaking my own rules. When I first started doing this show, I said, look, let's just keep it to original tunes. I won't play cover songs because I was worried that we'd get blocked and that I'd get copyright violations and things. What I've worked out over time is that as long as it's a cover song and it doesn't use any part of the original recording, so you're not just doing a karaoke style to the original track, then you're all good. So, and because these shows have so many other people's musics, that's fine. Copyright claims are cool. I just don't want it to get blocked so that folks can't actually play it in different parts of the world, which can happen with things like that. So let's bring up this tune. Did I copy it already? I think I did. We'll paste it on over. I realize as I'm walking back, I'm like, oh, people can't actually hear me when I get off the mic. I should use my, oh, that was the wrong one. I should use my, I've got this little lapel mic, a little wireless lapel mic. I could just go wandering and dancing around the studio while I play tunes, and that would be kind of fun. See Amarasea, one of our wonderful moderators here, has to head off for dinner. That is totally cool. Hope to catch you on the next show. We'll be kicking on with tomorrow, home studio Q&A. It keeps wanting to play. No, it's good. Let us bring up Gary's tune here. And thank you, Gary. I've played it like 3 times now, Gary, because I keep using this as my test. When I was learning how to use Restream, I used Gary's tune and video as my test run. So let's hit it. Let's hit play on this one. Listen to Gary's cover of Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. And we're going to listen to it live on Your Music Live. Let's do it. Here he goes. you're going to have to listen to the rest yourself. I know. I'm mean. I'm so sorry. But yes, always a sick guitar and drum sound. The tones in there really packs a punch, 100%. The tones that Gary gets in his guitars, in his bass, and the drums that you put in there. And Gary, correct me if I'm wrong, but you do all this on your iPhone, yeah? This is GarageBand iOS. I've seen your projects. You're pulling this all together. You're inspirational to us for those sort of tones that you can generate there. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. I really enjoyed it. Really cool, yes, great version. And it's 100% Gary's fault if this video gets blocked and can't be played anywhere. Was there a guitar solo coming up? Yeah, there must have been. I must have faded it down because I'm pretty sure a guitar solo was about to kick in. No, thank you, Gary. Thank you for happening, and some cool vocal production. Yeah, I love the reverse reverb in the vocal production. I know I've done a video on how to do it and sort of how to hack around and do that in GarageBand. I'm wondering if you use that technique or any other techniques. It would be good to learn from you. What do you reckon, folks? Is there a Gary Hubs interview in the future? I do my creator series interview. I reckon we need to go north of the border and have a chat to Gary, obviously with his approval. But let me know. Let me know in the comments and in the chat here if a Gary Hubs interview to find out how he gets those delicious guitar tones and drum parts would be a good idea. I know I'd love to learn, and I'm sure others would too. What a great job. Loved it, says Andy, 100%. Great job. Says Deep Gravity. Right in the pocket. That's the thing. If there's one thing about this, it's that Gary is clearly an experienced player, because there's playing and then there's playing, and there's playing right in the pocket, meaning that you are right in the groove. The drums and the bass and the guitars and the vocals are just syncing. They're linking in, because you can play 4 different tracks and they can sound like 4 people playing 4 tracks, or you can play 4 tracks and it sounds like a band jamming and sitting in the pocket and in the groove. So yeah, absolutely. There you go. Yep, get him on. Let me know if we need Gary Hubs on there. And Gary, if you're not comfy doing the live interview, you can do what we've done. We've started doing again, which is to do the artist profile, which I've been doing as well, where we learn just in 5 minutes a little bit about artists. So that would be a cool thing to do, because you're sharing some very cool music. Righty dokie. Have I put that in here? I think I have. No, I haven't. I better put that in the links. Get your stuff together, Pete. That was our buddy Gary Hubs. That was Blinding Lights. And there's this link. We'll save it in. So in case you don't know, all of the links to all of the things are down in the description. So if you want to check out and support the artists that support me here on Studio Live today, go ahead and do that. Jade says, I don't think I've ever heard a bad track from Gary. Every tune is tight as a frog's exit port. That is, and it's so key. Like you can write good parts, you can play good parts, you can have good catchy songs. There's something about just that, having a tight arrangement and playing it in the pocket, in the groove, that really takes it to a next level. So, and I think that's something that Gary definitely does there. Righty dokie, let's go back to my playlist. We've got a couple more tunes to get through here. Right, so I think I have one here from Christopher. Hello to Christopher. It says, hi Pete, love your channel. I thought you may be interested in this rock song made using 2 DAWs. I recorded vocals, rhythm guitar, bass and keyboards in GarageBand. I sent this to my friend who recorded lead guitar and drums in Reaper. He made the final mix in Reaper before publishing it. Thanks for your time. And this is Chris, and this is Labor of Love. I like that. I like the idea of a collaboration where you're doing it across a couple of different platforms. I find that that's a very cool thing. So let's bring this one up here. We'll see what the artist name is. It is Labor of Love. What is the channel name? It's the Old Goat Wildfire Band. Have we heard from them before? That sounds familiar, but no, I'm not subscribed, so maybe it's just a similar name to what we've heard before. Sounds very cool. It looks like we've got an interesting video to go along with this one too. So let's pop our video up over here, and we'll play this one here. This is our buddy Chris, and this is a tune, Labor of Love, spanning across 2 DAWs. We're going to listen to it live on Your Music Live. No one
don't take them seriously. Left behind negativity. Always fighting the tide, never scared of being left behind. Set a course, follow their own way. Didn't care what they might say. Only took a bit of courage and self-belief. Flew downer than to find their relief. So all the labor of love, they were going to create through the night. It took a turn, ready for first light. Didn't know what they were going to see. Excited for the possibility. So all the labor of love. Never was a sailor from myself to sea. Never realized life in front of me would be turning no 2 days the same.
There you have it, Labour of Love, the Old Goat Wildfire Band here on Your Music Live. I need to write that down here in my links while I've got it down here. The Old Goat. Who doesn't love some goat action? Hey, Old Goat Wildfire Band, and that was Labour of Love. And we'll paste in the thing. All right, cool. So I'll save that one in there. Very nicely done, my friend. So enjoyed the track. It sort of kicked a lot. I like the video, which I'm still showing. I liked the video. A little bit of old-timey footage in there. Yeah, really nice driving beat. I think it could use some punch, and I think it was in the levels as well. I had to boost the levels to hear it to bring it up. I think in the mixing and the mastering, it needs a little bit of compression, a little bit of limiting to lift up the overall kind of sound and the level of that one, because it just sat a little bit quiet and the vocals weren't quite punching through. So I think using some additional compression and some limiting on the master of the track is probably going to bring it up and make it really punch through, because I can hear a really cool song in there. Nice sort of chord progression, nice driving rhythm, driving beat. Vocals were good. Everything just sounded a little bit muddy and a little bit buried. So I think for advice and for future is to just bring that up, give it a little bit of life and energy, maybe a little EQ and some compression and some limiting on there, and I think it's going to be great. Very nice. Is that Buster Keaton in the video? Love the 80s groove. Yeah, absolutely. Thomas Christ is very cool driving rock tune. Love the video with the old timey clips. Could use a little more sparkle on the top end with EQ. It was a tad muffled sounding. Yeah, agree that. And Emil here says compression on the vocals for sure. Deep Gravity said that was good. Vocals needed some effects. Yeah, so it's a little dry. Could probably use a little bit more. Jade has similar thoughts. So nice tune. Needed some more room to breathe with the vocals. There were so many. Didn't know the verse and chorus ended and began. Yeah. So I think that, yeah, there's definitely something there. And here's the good part, is that the best thing is to share it, because you don't know what you don't know, right? So you've shared this song, you're getting this level of feedback, and then you can go back and you can rinse and repeat and make more music. And that is the whole purpose of this show, is for people to share their finished product and then get that feedback. Doesn't mean you have to go back and change your original song, but for the next song, just keep that in mind, that maybe you just need to add some EQ, some sparkle to the top end of those vocals, just a little bit of air up the top there, or maybe you need to add some additional compression to bring up the levels and bring up the volume in your overall track, and bring the actual gain of those vocals up, especially in the chorus section, so we can get a bit more for that. But yeah, really liked it. As Emil says, song structure is lovely. Yeah, it sounded good, and definitely has some potential there for the future, and we love that. So thank you for sharing your tune here. Now, I think, yes, it was. So, Emil, I'm glad you're here, because I think you have sent me a tune, and you've sent me a tune called Never Ending Luck, which I did download beforehand, but now I can't remember where I've put it. So, I'm going to download it again. Oh, it's the Google Drive thing. Actually, it's in my downloads folder. So, bear with me one moment, and we will find that. Here it is, Never Ending Luck, the mastered version, it looks like GF, mastered in grand finale, perhaps, mastered GF. So we will play this tune in just a moment. Let me just open it up and make sure that it's going to work for us. We will open it up in VLC player, so we're not going to get a whole much in the way of visualization here, but we will pop it up. Oh, it started playing. Why does everything want to play before I say play? It's almost like most people want their things to play automagically, but I don't. So let's listen to this one. It is grand finale. So Emil, who is here, it is in grand finale. Let's turn up the volume, and thank you to Emil for sharing this one. We will hit play and take a listen to this tune here now. This is Emil with his tune called Never Ending Luck here on Your Music Live. Oh no, not only do I have no respect for guitar solos, apparently I have no respect for drops either. So there you go. I'm a non-discriminatory when it comes to cutting off people right in the middle of their cool tunes. Battalion says sound good in a rave. Reminds Deep Gravity of 90s techno. Definitely a 90s techno vibe. There you go. Classic 90s techno from Thomas Christ as well. What's the BPM? Yeah, interesting. What would that be though? Depends again if it's the halftime. That's around about 100. Or if you it's about 400 BPM when it hits that drop part. Ducash says reminds me of a big 90s dance tune. Yeah. Who was it? The Venga Boys? Anyone remember the Venga Boys? The Venga bus is coming and everybody's running from here to Sam. I don't know. Yeah, you know the one. Boom, 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 boom. Got me in my room. I'm going to stop singing now. I'm sorry. Feels like Night at the Roxy. Yeah, nice. Johan says, dig the chord progression in the build, tension and release, very cool. It's 138. There you go. I was wrong. It's faster than I thought. Yeah, I suppose that would be. Which is probably a good one. I used to have a playlist when I used to have a jogging playlist when I used to jog, and it would all be at around. I can't remember the BPM. I'll have to relook it up, but I think it was around that 140 BPM, and it was designed to kind of make you run at that pace. So it was like a real. So I had a lot of songs similar to that. So yeah, that'd be a good song for your running playlist. Very, very nicely done. Scrolling on down through here. Yeah, 138 BPM, like a little dubstep vibe in there. Cool. Well, thank you for sharing that one. How are we going on time? Yeah, we've got about 30 minutes left here, so we should be able to sneak a few more tracks here under the bar before we finish up. Let's scroll on up and see who we got here. Yes, we played this artist before. I won't tell you who it is, but I know many of you have enjoyed this artist. And says, so the artist says about this song, some days I feel so confident and at my best, and the next day I would feel like complete. Some days I can take on the world, and some days I'm just stuck on my couch. I feel like life is a loop of good days and bad days. Hopefully, this song will express that. So we've got a SoundCloud link. We will copy the SoundCloud link in here. Have a cough. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. See, I do know some French, Italian, Gary. Are other Canadian, and I don't think if you're French Canadian, Gary, but for some reason, oh, come on, SoundCloud, I don't want to spend money on you. Sorry. For anyone who is a SoundCloud Pro, Premium, whatever they call it, member, more power to you. But every time I play a song, SoundCloud wants to tell me that I'm going to save money if I sign up with their thing. So yes, it is, of course, the one and only Wingy. We'll be playing this Wingy track called Some Days. And if it's anything like the previous Wingy tracks we've played, should be a lot of fun. So let's hit play on this one. Take a listen to Wingy with Some Days here on Your Music Live.
Born to break these rules, and some days I'm in these different moods, and some days I'm filled with that hurt, and Mondays I'm feeling so cursed, and Sundays I feel like dirt, but some days I just love to flirt. Got him in the feelings now, got him all wondering how, Wingy with his style, he don't follow crowds, I was lost and found, when I found my sound, I can't settle down, at least not right now. Someday, just one day, maybe someday, just one day, maybe someday, just one day. I'm a young man, born to break these rules, and some days I'm in these different moods, and some days I'm filled with that hurt, and Mondays I'm feeling so cursed, and Sundays I feel like dirt, but some days I just love to flirt. And some days I can conquer Rome, and some days I'm just stuck at home, and some days I stare at my phone, and some days I wanna smash my phone, and some days please leave me alone, and some days I feel so alone, and some days I wish we were over, and some days I need you to come over. Maybe someday.
Love it. Yes, Wingy, one of my favorite new artists, never disappoints, brings it with the very, very cool. Wingy is pro level, 100%. I've missed a button. Kind of two-step in 2000s tune. There's so many comments here. Everyone's loving it that I can't click on the right one. Wingy is definitely a talent, absolutely. So Cody was asking whether this was the Gucci belt from about 3 shows ago. Yes, it was. The last Wingy track that we shared was the Gucci belt, which was a very cool song. I love a song like that because it obviously had a very cool groove, but it's it's very poignant. Like you're listening to that and everyone's just like, yeah, I hear you. Like some days are like diamonds. Some are sharp and pointless, and some make you happy. What? That should be a new T-shirt. Did you notice I got I redid my Big Star t-shirt because my old one was getting so faded, and I love my Big Star t-shirt so much that I made myself a new one. And yes, I say made myself because you can't actually buy these anywhere. And yeah, I know it's slightly bad, like the Big Star franchise, the band, but I can't find one. And I love the logo, and I want to wear it. So if they ever come at me, I'll be like, I'll pay you. Here's $30 for the t-shirt I could never buy that I had to make myself. Anyway, for folks who are asking where to send your demo, Jade has put the comments. It's also in the description of this one. You can find out. All you need to do is email me, pete@studiolivetoday.com, and put YML in the subject, and then you can be featured on a future show. But we do have a full roster for today, so you won't be being played today. But yes, it will be in the future. Let's continue on here because we've got another track to share. We will copy it. We will paste it. Looks like another SoundCloud link. We'll see if SoundCloud once again asks me to buy it drinks or pay it money for some reason. I don't know. No, it looks like okay. This is cool. So it looks like a GarageBand beat. So here's what our friend here has said. Hey Pete, here's a simple beat I made in GarageBand iOS. This one took about 4 hours, no loops, just self-made melody and drums. I'm hoping to get your feedback. Cool. Well, you'll get not only my feedback, you'll get the whole Studio Live Today community's feedback. Because there we go. And Ray says, don't forget the link for Wingy. Yes. So it is down in the description. You can check out. In fact, I think I've saved it in already. If I haven't, let me just make sure I have. No, I haven't. While this goes on, we will put the Wingy link in there. So while I'm playing this tune, I'll get my links sorted out, so they'll make sure that they're down there. But go to SoundCloud, search Wingy. There's one and only Wingy, and you'll find them. Let's listen to this one, Lil Young with 209, a beat, and we're going to premiere. Well, not premiere. We're going to play it here on Your Music Live. Let's hit it. Very nice, yes. Nice melody, fab bass as Tim. Hello, Tim. Good to have you here on the live show, my friend. Oh, I've clicked the wrong button. That one, fab bass. And Emil was saying here, great beat, although there's some resonance on the pads. Not sure if it's artist intent. Yeah, I kind of like that resonance on the pad. Yeah, and again, every time we have a tuned 808, everyone seems to love it. I love me some tuned 808 as well. Very, very cool stuff. Johan is a very chill vibe. Nice work, absolutely. Nice chill out track indeed from Deep Gravity. Yeah, so very nicely done. Thank you very much for sharing that one. I like that you got the thumbnail. The album artwork here is your GarageBand display representing GarageBand in a big bad way. Very, very cool. Let's move on to another track, shall we? I apologize. I'm okay for like 10 minutes, and then I'll have to like cough 3 times, and then I'll be okay for 10 minutes. Let's have a quick bit of water. It's like I was saying on a show the other day, we just came out of like cold and flu season, and now it's hay fever season. And nice sunny weather means that there's pollen, and you just get that tickle in your throat and that dryness. My hay fever, where's my hay fever suffering friends at? Yeah. Anyway, it's better because it's colder and wetter now, so that's better. But we had a couple of really nice sunny days, and all the flowers opened up, and then pollen. So let's go back. Where were we? We were finding our next track. Now, I hope you're still with us. This is SM Borthwick. I know it is very late for you over there in the UK, and I did mean to play you earlier. I need to like retool things so that I play my UK and European friends first, and then move on to others. Excuse me. This is telling me that I probably need to finish up the stream soon because I've been talking for 1 hour, 40 minutes, and I probably have pushed my voice too far. If I want to do any other shows on the weekend, I better finish up. We might be finishing a wee bit earlier today. Yeah, and you don't have to worry about catching anything from my cough for 2 reasons. We don't have any active cases of anything here in Adelaide, in South Australia, and yes, virtual transmission hasn't been a thing yet, as far as I know. So let's have a listen to Scott's tune. We'll talk about it afterwards, so I can get this cough out of my system. But we'll copy this one, we'll paste it over here, we'll start playing it, and then I'll tell you what Scott had to say about the tune afterwards. So let's bring it on over. Let's hit the pause button so it doesn't start without us. This is Waiting for Ruby, the official video from our buddy SM Borthwick, and we're going to play it live here now on Your Music Live. That's what you need to do, Andy, is you need to make your whole song basically a guitar solo, and then I won't cut you off mid-solo. Yes, Indiana wants his hat back. I love that. Some tasty guitar licks and getting some nice tones in there. Emil, I really love this song. Yeah, so really nicely done. Obviously, I love having a video there behind it to see you jamming on those chords and playing along. As Andy said, look at your house too. Looks very, very cool. So yeah, very nicely done, very good for sharing. There were a couple of parts, I think I saw some comments here, where and it's really hard when you're jamming on that kind of vibe. There were a couple of bits where it just floated off the drums a bit. That's a challenging thing to come to. I mean, I didn't even really notice it in many parts at all because I was digging the groove so much. But yeah, there's probably like 2 or 3 parts where I'd just be like, it was just slightly off, and could be a little distracting. But yeah, it's great. This is why we share music, and why we continue doing this. I think our friend SM Borthwick is probably curled up in bed because it is late over in the UK, as it doesn't seem to be here now. But hopefully you catch up on the replay and you can get all of the kind words that everyone is sharing about your tune, because it was cool. And Scott does a lot of cool things as well on Facebook and on his YouTube channel, where he shares sort of the behind the scenes and a little bit about how he writes and creates music too. So you definitely want to check him out. Yes, I know we've still got some folks here. I know Tim's up in the UK, and we also have Stu and Andy who are hanging on. What time is it, boys? It's got to be. Did we start this at 11 your time? So it must be pushing towards 1 a.m. It is a Friday night for you. So if there's any night that it's going to be, and yeah, a meal there. It's 1:45 for a meal, but it is the weekend. And hey, a lot of musos do like the late night. So I changed when I had children. I turned from a night owl to a early bird to get up and catch them worms. Yes, it is 12:45 over there for Stu and Andy, and it's almost fall. Well, it's already spring here. So yep, 1:45. The night is young. It's almost fall there. Yeah, so we've just come into springtime. Our seasons start on the 1st of the month, not the 21st of the month, I think, in the Northern Hemisphere. Sometimes your seasons start. I'm not sure, and I don't really know why. But yeah, and Jade says, who sleeps? Well, not you. I can basically get Jade on message anytime except for I think you must sleep in the afternoons, Jade, because I could be up at like 5 in the morning and you're already there, and then I'll send you a message at 10 p.m. and you'll be like, oh, I'm just about to kick in and record like 7 EPs, and I'll be like, oh, okay, enjoy. I'll see you in the morning. Righty dokie. I think we've got a couple more that we can do here. Then I'm going to run out of voice and we're just going to have to finish up. In fact, I only have one more. There you go. So this is going to be the final track that we play on this one here. It is someone that we've heard from before. And then this is exciting. I'm nearly actually caught up. I've nearly caught up on all of the tunes in my list. So yeah, you'll have to work hard to go away and start filling up my inbox with a bunch more cool new tunes. And of course, don't forget, we'll have a special Your Music Live at the end of September for all of our Songtember songs. That could be like a 7-hour live stream, depending how many songs we get in that one. Let's bring this one up. This is from our friend Rebecca Roland, who we've listened to before. And says, it would be great if you play my song You Didn't on the next episode of YML. Please mention that most of my videos have the heart image. I thought it would be a good page identifier. Oh, please mention. Cool. I'm like, did she say please don't mention that all of them have the heart image? Yeah, so all of Rebecca's tunes look a little bit like this. And she says, I don't sound like Wilson Phillips or Bananarama. What are you talking about? So I think I compared Rebecca to some of my favorite 80s singers in the last one. But she does say LOL. So say thanks, Pete. Looking forward to the feedback. Yeah, I know I throw that out. Sometimes I'm offended. Sometimes I offend people by who I compare their music to, because they're like, I hate that artist. Why would you ever compare me to that? But it's always done with love. So let's hit play on this one, and we'll take a listen. This is Rebecca Roland and her tune. It's already playing. Oh, come on, YouTube. We don't want to hear it yet. All right, we'll take it back to the start. YouTube's like, Pete, you're crapping on too much, buddy. I'm just going to start playing. Otherwise, we'll never get through this show. Let's take a listen to Rebecca Roland and You Didn't here on Your Music Live.
I keep the memories locked up in a dream. I saw you in the rain, the water's getting deep. I didn't know the pain could sweep you off your feet. I didn't know the rage you wrestled underneath.
Bananarama, Wilson Phillips, you know where I'm going, right? Yeah, in a good way, in a big bad way. I love it. Yeah, very, very nicely done there, Rebecca Roland. As always, her track and all the tracks that we've listened to today will be linked down below. Yeah, I just really like that. Like the vocal processing on that one. Rebecca's got a unique voice already, and then she does a great job of processing the vocals on that one to just make them really, really pop in that one. Towards the start there, I thought the instrumental instrumentals sort of came in a little bit too loud and kind of sort of overshadowed it a bit. So I might just sort of pull back on that a little bit. But again, in terms of being right there in the pocket, the timing was good, the arrangement was simple but effective, and the vocals sound really good, especially with the second harmony vocal. As our friend Johan says here, the harmonies and the piano tone sound good. Agree. So nicely done there from Rebecca. We've had some. We'll have a quick chat here, and then I'll finish up because we are nearly at the end of time anyway. So thank you. We've had a petition here to change September to Songtember all around the world. I think that's a great idea. Like, we should definitely do that. I mentioned on a recent Songtember show, but there's a church that are also using hashtag Songtember. So, yeah, if you get anyone questioning, especially if you're doing any sort of dark metal tunes or anything, and they're like, why are you sharing this for Songtember? Well, sorry, we were here first. No, I don't mean that in a mean way, but you know what I mean. We weren't actually here first. I found it and realized that not many people were using it, and thought, hey, it's about creating songs. It's about creating a music for us. So, yeah, I think we should definitely do that. And Metallian is educating me here. Around the 21st fits with the equinox and solstices. I mean, that does actually make sense that you would have the equinox and the solstice. So the longest day, shortest day, you would try and line up with your seasons. I think it just makes it a little bit more confusing to not know, or to have it sort of halfway through a month. But then again, there's other things. Like, there's differences. The one good thing that you do is that you don't have a calendar year and a financial year. Your year is a year. In Australia and in some of the countries down here, we have a financial year that goes from the 1st of July to the 30th of June, which is what we report everything on and what you do your taxes on and what a bunch of other things are for. And then we have a calendar year, which is your regular one. You kind of do the opposite. You have a school year that goes from one year to another year. So at least our entire school years, like your class of 2020, they did their whole final year in 2020. There wasn't like half in 2019, half in 2020. Anyway, there are differences. And it's our differences that make us unique and that make things interesting. Because if we all did everything the same, how bloody boring would that be, I ask you? Alrighty, so we are going to finish off in just a moment. If you are looking to share a song, then do jump down. You can check the details down in the description. You just need to email me, pete@studiolivetoday.com with YML in the subject. If you are looking to share your Songtember song at the end of September, the end of Songtember, we'll be doing one special show, and I'll give you a shout out. It'll be like you have to put YMLST or something in your subject line, so that way we'll know all of the Songtember songs, and we'll be playing those in the first show in October. So we'll make sure that everyone's finished, that Songtember's all done, and then we'll do like a one final celebration show of Songtember right at the end to finish off. Oh, wouldn't you know it? It's done the thing again. It must be around about this time. It was exactly this time last time at the 55-minute mark, just coming into the first hour, that I lost the chat. So if anyone is making any amazing witty comments and remarks and really poignant things right now, I'm seeing none of them here in Restream. But apart from that, apart from the chat dropping out these couple of times, Restream's actually been really good. The audio quality seems to be good. It does float in and out a little bit with the sync for the video, especially when I'm playing videos in the background and using other apps on my PC here. So that's something I'll need to keep in mind. But everything else seems to be working A-OK, apart from those couple of things. So I will keep on. I'm actually switching back to StreamYard for the rest of this weekend's shows, by the way. If you want to catch those, we have home studio Q&A kicking off tomorrow morning. That'll be at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. London Greenwich Mean Time, or 7 a.m. for folks on the east coast of Australia. We'll then be doing the happy hour, and it'll be the thirsty hour. It'll be all drinking songs, so all songs about drinking and drinking adjacent, or maybe band names that have drinking connotations. I'm struggling. I'm having to reach out and stretch out a little bit with that one, but we will be having the thirsty hour kicking in, and then of course we've got GarageBand Weekly with special guest co-host Jade Starr. So definitely hang out for that one, because it'll be great to get Jade's often unfiltered view of the world of GarageBand and Apple and all things related. So definitely stay tuned for those. If you're not on the mailing list, that's a good way to keep up to date with everything that goes on. I send a newsletter out every Friday, so you can actually grab that one if you're on the mailing list, and then you'll know when all the live shows are coming up. You can also go to studiolivetoday.com to find out a heap more about what is happening around here. Oh, and now what I need you to do, if you're watching live here, assuming this is all still working, Thomas Christ is about to do a live show in about 10 minutes time. So please go to Thomas Christ. Just search Thomas Christ on YouTube, or he may be here in the chat and he may be able to drop a link to you. I'll give another 60 seconds to finish up here, Thomas, if you've got a link to that, or Jade, if you're here and can put a link to Thomas's stream. But otherwise, just search Thomas Christ, because he is a wonderful supporter of me, Tom. Here, he's one of my patrons over on patreon.com/PeteJohns. So he's a wonderful supporter of the channel, creates some amazing music, a great performer, and a just downright decent guy. So because I'm talking to what is like a one-way mirror at the moment and I'm not being able to see any of the chat, I apologize if I'm missing anything that anyone is saying, but we are going to finish up there so I can go. Again, the cough's gone away. Now that I'm about to finish, no frog in my throat. Anyway, we're going to finish off there. Thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed the show or the shows, and I will join you again for our next show coming soon. Happy Songtember. Keep creating. Be kind to yourself and to others, and I'll see you real soon.